I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I have the roll call?
Councilmember Ball.
Here.
Councilmember Stimmel.
Here.
Councilmember Williams.
Present.
Councilmember Valenzuela.
Here.
Councilmember Cerveny.
Present.
Mayor Gordon.
Here. I'd just like to remind everybody if they'd please turn off their cell phones or put them on vibrate. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. If there are no requests for any items to be removed from the consent agenda, could I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
The second. It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is the mayor's report. I have just a few items this evening. First of all, I'd like to remind the council that this will be the first meeting tonight where we're actually live with our YouTube and the Civic web portal. So our meeting is being broadcast live tonight if somebody would like to listen to it from home or their mobile device.
You can listen to it in your neighborhood
Mayor,
association.
is it live or is it live? Is it broadcast after the meeting closes?
It's right now it's live.
It is live. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, right now, the city is accepting applications for volunteers for both an alternate position on the Planning Commission as well as a opening for the Civil Service Commission. And the city will continue to accept applications for those two volunteer positions until Friday, March 30th at 5 p.m., and then it will be closed. So I encourage, if anybody's interested to want to serve on one of those two committees, please put in your application. Last evening, the City Council had a joint session with the Planning Commission. We had a lengthy discussion on the sign code. One of our planning commissioners, Mr. Nutbrock, gave a presentation, did an excellent job. Again, the Planning Commission has done a phenomenal amount of work with the sign code, came forth with a great plan. So the next steps will be that it'll be brought forward to the City Council. We will be having a public hearing on that sign code in April. I don't know if it'll be the first or second meeting in April, but we will have a meeting in April. And then just one other item. I know this is in Director Sarvis's staff report as well, but I would encourage everybody to attend the open house on March 20th at the Community Center. There'll be two sessions, one at 4 o'clock and one at 6 o'clock, and the presentation will be on the 4th and Pacific roundabout, and there'll be a great deal of information about the phasing of that project and what to expect as we go through the project. But Director Sarvis will have some more information on that here shortly. That's all I have this evening for the council. Our city attorney, Mr. Cairns, is not here this evening, so we'll go right to the council members for comment. Councilmember Balf.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple of things. First, I'd like to underscore what the mayor said about the joint work session last night with the Planning Commission. As a former planning commissioner, I can say that it's appreciated by the Planning Commission to know how the city council members feel about various issues. It's extremely helpful. And last night, I think, was a good example of that. Second item, I dropped in on the Le Center Teen Center. I was curious what that was all about. I've heard some nice things about it. So I spent some time over there this afternoon. The volunteer who was there was Eric Hoppy, and he gave me a tour of the facility. It's on the second floor of the Le Center Church. And they've got 3 activity rooms and a quiet room for study, and they've got a pool table and a foosball and all other kinds of things going on. One of the things that impressed me is that the kids are working on a couple of group projects, and And one of them is that they're drafting ground rules and expectations for the kids to follow, and I thought that was really good. And they're also working on a name for the center as well. I think Battleground has a teen center, I think it's called Rock Solid, I believe. And the kids over here are trying to come up with something that would be suitable for La Center. So it was good to see what's happening over there at the La Center Church. So, and that's all I've got, Mayor.
Very good, thank you for attending that. And yeah, the teen center, they are looking for volunteers, so that's another opportunity to volunteer if anybody's interested in helping them out. I know that they would appreciate it. Councilmember Stimmel.
Thank you, Mayor. I was going to invite everybody this Saturday, March 17th, 9:45 is the Little League Jamboree and opening ceremonies. It's a lot of fun. Come out, get a corn dog. All the little kids are out there lined up in their uniforms. It's a lot of fun. There's going to be a bunch of games afterwards, shortened games, t-ball, softball, baseball. Pretty much runs from about a little bit of time for pictures between 10 and 11, and then games pick up. Hopefully the weather's nice. Come out and see the little kids playing. It's going to be awesome.
Great, thank you. Councilmember Williams.
I don't have anything tonight, Mayor, thank you.
Councilmember Valenzuela.
Nothing.
Councilmember Cerveny.
Good evening, everyone. We're about to jump into spring. We've already set our clocks. And as you've heard, sports activities are going to be increasing. So watch your speeds out there. Keep an eye out for those little ones. They're going to be running back and forth across the streets, headed to the stores for treats, and we need to keep them safe. So, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next item is staff reports. Chief Denny is not here this evening. His staff report is in the packet. So he will be here for the next meeting. If any questions any of the council members have, please address them directly to Chief Denny.
Okay.
I would like to point out, though, the RX return event. It'll be taking place Saturday, April 28th. Center Police Department will be participating in that. The drop-off is in Battleground. There is a flyer on the website, so if anybody's interested in partaking in that RX return event, please refer to the city website, and there's some information on that there. So with that, we can go to Public Works Department. Director Sarvis, he does have a staff report this evening.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Not much of a staff report, but it is a staff report. Related to John Pollock Park, I'm just going to jump down, was an Eagle Scout project, and I feel really terrible because I don't remember Zachary's last name, but I will, and I'll get it in my report, but I want to recognize him. They went down and constructed a life jacket project where they put up life jackets for people to use and return when they're done, and that sort of thing. And that was an Eagle Scout project, and they completed that last weekend. So very fun, very nice job, very well done. The roundabout, the mayor reported on the open house next Tuesday. Definitely, if folks are interested, we're going to talk a lot about the detours, the length of construction, that sort of thing. So we've allowed 160 days for construction, and talking with the contractor, it may not be that, it may be substantially less. Time is money, so we're hoping it's substantially less than 160 days. 160 days from May is about January, so we hope it's a lot sooner than that. And we won't know that for sure until we see the contractor schedule. And the most recent news is that WashDOT has informed us that we can go ahead and award. So you'll see that at your next council. And they are the lowest. We do have a lowest responsible bidder. We had some questions we need to ask him. He responded appropriately, and we're going to move forward. So if I can answer your questions.
On that one there, we had discussed possibly rerouting traffic along that backside. Have we given any more consideration to making a temporary road?
We have. We looked at that pretty seriously quite a long time ago, and kind of ruled that out. A lot of it because of it's part of the park. And when you're part of the park and you have federal money for roads, you got a whole other set of rules, but even besides that, it was, because of this, the terrain and that sort of thing is why the engineers do not recommend doing it. It'll be open a lot of the time, it's just gonna, a phase is gonna be a detour. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I was just,
Yeah, I-
trying to do everything we can to make our local businesses accessible.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Will the contractor be at that open house?
I don't know. Because he hasn't been officially awarded, and we can't give him a notice of award till after it is awarded. But we certainly, he knows about it. He's welcome to come, but he's not officially the contractor until it's awarded.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Do we have plans incorporated to send out informational brochures to the neighborhood associations about the timeline and traffic detours or anything like that?
No. Might be a good idea.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't.
I didn't know if
We do
if
not.
it would be too
We were gonna do the
difficult, then.
informational meeting, and then we really didn't have a plan for follow-up, but that could be one.
Because there's so many that can't make the
Sewer bill for the
meetings.
next sewer bill?
Huh?
Could we have it inserted with the next
Put it-
sewer bill?
yeah.
At least it would get the word out to a number of people that way.
And then put it up on the reader board when the sewer bill goes out. Read your sewer bill for traffic information.
And
Instead of
how well
shredding
does
it.
that work?
Definitely, and the mayor had suggested reader boards, and there is in our contract holding boards.
Okay, yeah.
Can we put some of those little standing signs?
Trying to get,
I wasn't here last night.
No, we're not gonna go there.
oh, the governmental signs are still exempt.
Depends on placement.
Yeah, it's got 14
Good
minutes.
suggestion, and we hadn't come up with a plan, but our intent is to keep folks informed, in particular during those high-impact times, and Tony has a good communication with the school district and the buses and those kind of things as well, and fire.
Yeah, if we could do the digital somehow get some digital stuff in there so that people can bring it up.
Yeah, well, that's a good idea. Yep.
I have residents in the Foothill Estates area are asking when we will open West 13th Street. Do you have an update for us?
No. When we have a final plat. And
That's
the
it.
final plats are to
Okay.
really the developer.
Up to the developer? Okay,
When
that's what I needed to
it's
know.
public,
All right, thank you.
it's public.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
Okay, any other questions for the director?
Well, were there any other plats coming forward yet? Other than the ones that you,
Oh, yes,
K
the
subdivision?
Sunrise Terrace.
Sunrise
There's a
Terrace.
lot subdivision on off Lockwood Creek Road, that plat is almost ready to be signed.
Okay, so there'll be some building going on out there then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, we have issued building permits for there for some model homes because there are 3 parcels, and so legally there are 3 lots. So I think they will be starting, I'm sure it's weather dependent.
Well, they've started. They were
They
supposed to
started.
have, they were coming out of the ground, yep.
How about the one on Pacific Highway on the south side? They're not there yet. Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, I drove out here the other day too, and looked up at I just drove up at the new places being built. I noticed from that new subdivision back over to where the old subdivision is, the street's really getting carved up. Is there a plan to cold plane that and redo that whole mess?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
It's settling, and it continues to settle.
Yeah, okay, if that's
It's all weather
the,
dependent.
okay,
And then we also have the other side now that the gas company came in and put
Yeah.
their trench in, but it's not as bad.
no, well, not yet.
Well, no, but it wasn't as deep,
Oh,
and we didn't have all of the water and the cave-ins and everything, so it was easier to manage that.
yeah,
There's
there's a lot of water up there in
Yeah.
that area, yeah.
Did we find out anything more about the lighting
We are still, yes, like
down at
what
Sunrise?
it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
does it meet our code, or is
Yeah.
it too bright, or?
No, it meets Clark Public Utility standards, and that's what Clark Utility allows to be put in, and it doesn't change much. Those are, I believe, 39 watt LED lights.
It's like we have a whole new aura over this
They are a
city.
different color, I do, and there's a lot of conversation around that, but it does meet the standard, and it does meet what Clark Utility maintains.
That's pretty much a state standard too, isn't it? I mean, that
It's-
seems like it's
That's
coming.
exactly what Ridgeville, Washougal,
Yeah.
Bowden.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It doesn't
Yeah.
impact the wildlife, the eagles and everything?
There are shields as well on those, but, yeah. I mean, I went out and looked at them. I do know that they're bright because the light's different, but I didn't think it was particularly burdensome. But I know that we have the planning commission chair, Dinah McLean, is very interested in dark skies, and we're talking with them and with her about maybe options to the wattage, more or less, in color.
When we're trying to market ourselves as wildlife refuge and attracting people to come and see the wildlife, it concerns me a little bit in terms of, are we scaring them all away with the additional lightage that we're adding layer upon layer?
You know, I don't know what it would do to eagles at nighttime when they're lit. I have no idea.
Okay. I'll quit beating up the subject.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm just going to stay.
Oh, Well, we got citizens' public comment next,
Oh.
unless you want to stay for that.
Never mind.
Okay. So next item on the agenda is citizens' public comment. If anybody would like to address the council, please step up to the podium. You give us your name and address, and limit your comments to 3 minutes. And you can comment on anything that's not on the agenda this evening. The council won't engage any of the participants at this time. We will get back to you, though, with either staff or myself will get back to you. So if anybody would like to address the council, please step up to the microphone.
Larry Luton, 1109 West C Avenue. I think some of you may or may not know that I am on the board of directors for our homeowners association at Country Hills. We had a meeting on Saturday, our monthly meeting. At the end of the meeting, we were asked to bring up anything. And I asked where we were at with talking to the city about selling the parkland, or our land that we have available. The president looked at me and told me and informed me, he said, the mayor is not interested in the land at all, and he does not want to help us in any way possible. That's what I was told,
Who told you that?
our president. So I don't know who's telling the truth, who's lying, who's telling the story. All I'm saying, as a member of this town, I'd like the truth. And I think I earned that. We all know about the elephant in the room tonight. Where's our finance director? I guess we don't have one anymore. I just don't know what's going on in this city, and it scares me. You know, can I ask you this? If we're not gonna get any services, can we cut back on the taxes that you're paying, that we're paying you? I believe that was how we started this country, taxation without representation. Is that what we're facing? I mean, we just don't get anything. So I know you won't engage me, but thanks for hearing me.
Thank you for your comments.
Al Philo, 152 West 15th Street. The casino out the freeway's been there for a year. I was just curious, you know, about I'd asked this after a couple months, the crime level has gone up, down, sideways, or what? And the chief's not here, but that was my question.
Okay. Yep, thanks for that question. Chief will be back next week. Any other comments this evening? Okay, seeing none, I'll close the comment period, and we'll move on to ordinance resolutions and public hearings. This evening, we have one ordinance on the agenda. It's ordinance 2018-05, amending Title 18, the Development Code, Chapter 158, La Center Junction Plan Zoning District, Section 18.158.030 of the La Center Municipal Code to delete the requirement that utility transmission lines be installed underground. And Director Sarvis will be presenting that this evening.
I'm going to keep this fairly short. We've had quite a few discussions surrounding this, but basically the matter is that back about last July, the City Council approved the sub-area plan, and along with that, zoning districts, and along with that was the requirement to underground transmission lines, and there's a lot of us that think that it would be great to underground transmission lines, we just couldn't find a mechanism to pay for it. And so distribution will continue to be required to be undergrounded, new distribution, but the transmission would not, and that's what this ordinance changes. It just simply eliminates exactly what you're seeing. It says, and it removes and transmission lines. If I can answer any questions, I'd be happy to.
Questions?
Just for clarification, what was the cost again? Roughly?
I should know that off the top of my head.
I'm thinking 5 million.
5.4 million, I think.
Well, yeah, it was like $1,000 a foot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was well over $1 million. It was $1 million something, yeah.
I'm sorry, John.
It was a lot. Thanks.
It was,
Cost
I
prohibitive.
think it was $1,000.
Yeah, and I think it was cost prohibitive. We looked at it 3 different ways. Spread it among utility users, that didn't make sense. For the city to pick it up, that didn't make sense. Didn't make sense for the property owners either, so it just didn't look good from all different respects, yeah.
Okay, no questions? Yep. So I'll open up the public hearing at 6:57. If anybody would like to address the council regarding this ordinance, please step up to the podium, give us your name and address. Okay, nobody stepping up. I'll close the public hearing. Open it back up to the council for any discussion, comments, questions. Again, we have visited this several times in the past. It's not something new to the council. We have looked at this particular issue several times.
Have we, and I was the one that was very adamant about this. It's unfortunate we couldn't find the money for it. Have they come up with a plan of where they will run the transmission lines? Do they propose a proposed substation?
The plans that I have seen and that we will receive an application for will follow Paradise Park Road.
So they'll be right up in the gateway. They won't be able to run them farther to the east.
That will not be the proposal. They will be right across that first roundabout on the west side or east side of the freeway.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions, comments? If not, could we get a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve ordinance number 2018-05, an ordinance amending Title 18, Chapter 158, Section 18.158.03006 of the La Center Municipal Code to delete the requirement that utility transmission lines be installed underground.
Second motion.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt ordinance number 2018-05. Being that it's an ordinance, could I get a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Ball,
Aye.
Councilmember Stimmel,
Aye.
Councilmember Williams,
Yes.
Councilmember Valenzuela,
Aye.
Councilmember Serving.
Yes.
The ordinance passes. Thank you very much, council. So with that, that's all we have on the agenda for this evening. If I could get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
You get a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everybody, for attending the meeting this evening.
Thanks,
Have a great
everyone.
evening.